Hello, my creative friends, and welcome to another episode of FAST Screenwriting Daily. As I started putting this series together, I started thinking that I really wanted to have some time and some space to be able to talk about, discuss, open up about, answer questions about, interact with writers about the screenplay system that I developed called FAST Screenplay. But one thing I don't want to do is constantly be barraging you with what seems to be some sort of a veiled pitch for my screenwriting system. So what I decided to do is, why don't we just devote Fridays to FAST Screenplay. We'll call it Fast Fridays. That way, all the rest of the episodes each week will be simply about screenwriting issues and screenwriting challenges and the process itself and your questions and how to help you get to your ultimate target. And then if you have no interest whatsoever in Fast Screenplay, you don't want to hear about it, you're one of these people that as soon as I bring it up, click away as fast as you can. You can just simply ignore the Friday episodes of this series. I'll even put Fast Fridays on the thumbnail to help you avoid them. And then it'll give me a little bit of freedom to talk about this thing that I am so utterly proud of and that I really do believe can help literally any writer at any level get to their target. To be clear, Fast Screenplay is not just some screenwriting course. It is specifically designed to help any writer at any level get from wherever they are all the way to not just a screenplay, but a viable screenplay. And not just a viable screenplay, but a tested and vetted screenplay. And not just that, but literally all the way to the deal. And then even beyond that, all the way to production. Because it is my contention that the only way you can learn to write at a professional level is to learn by doing. All the talking, all the explanation, all the ideas and insights that I can give you on this channel, and I'm going to give you all of them, all of the insights that I can give you on this channel amount to a hill of beans if you don't actually take action. Not just once or twice or monthly when you're inspired, but every single day. I believe in this so strongly that Fast Screenplay is offered at our cost. We literally charge writers what it costs us to bring it to the writers. We have never made a cent out of the system. The entire business model is built on getting writers to go through the system, ultimately making films with those writers, and then all of us sharing in the profits from the films. So that I'm not making my living off of writers, but rather making living off the audiences that we together make films for. And I know how this sounds, and I know how suspicious writers are, because I've been hearing the complaints since I launched. And the biggest problem that I have with Fast Screenplay is that I can't show you how the whole thing works, because it's entirely built on this premise that you need to move forward in your writing career, with your creativity, with your daily action. You need to move forward without knowing how it's going to turn out. All creativity, all of it, is a blind leap of faith into the unknown. So when I was mapping out that process I told you about earlier in the week, where we take writers from point A, that idea that they have, to point B, all the way to the screenplay, eventually the refined screenplay, eventually the deal. When we take them through that process, to do this professionally, you're going to need to understand the process intuitively. You're going to need the creative confidence to be able to move forward each day, even though you don't know what that outcome is going to be. And so I thought, I need to design this into the system so that the system literally builds the skill you need moving forward. So you know what the phases are, but you don't know what the steps are. And it's not until you complete today's step that the next step will open up for you tomorrow. In that way, it's designed to take this incredibly enormous, potentially overwhelming goal that you have and break it down into pieces, into phases, into individual daily action steps that you focus on today's step, you immerse completely into that step, into that insight, into that idea, into whatever the lesson or step of that day is. And then you take physical action through the exercise that's been designed for you. As you complete each exercise, you're not focused on, how do I make this happen? How do I sell my screenplay? Is this good enough? Is this marketable enough? All you focus on is the next action step. So as you go through it, you're building your skills, you're building your insights, you're taking action and going through the entire process. And I wanted to design it in such a way that results would be inevitable. Now, that's a big claim. It's impossible for me to guarantee results for anyone, but if you do the system as instructed, it's designed to lead you to the ultimate result. As you go through the story development phase, if you don't like what you've come up with, well, it shows you what to do at that point, how to improve it, where to go with it, what to do next. If you write a draft and you send it out into the world, but no one will read it or no one will give you feedback, the system shows you what to do then, what to do next, where to go from here. If you write a screenplay that gets terrible feedback, everyone thinks it's absolutely awful, and you wonder, geez, am I just not really good at this? No. The next steps will tell you what to do with that, tell you how to interpret and understand and apply the notes and feedback that you get, how to loop back through the process to get better results the next time. And it's designed to make the entire process intuitive. One of the biggest complaints that we have about Fast Screenplay is that it's too slow, that it takes longer than the person who signed up thought it was going to take. But that's because it's designed to get you to professional results. I want to make films with writers. We can't just have you skim through a couple of exercises, ticking the boxes as you go, and go make movies. We need writers who have the skills. So I worked with a PhD educator who went through the entire process that I had outlined with me, made sure to fill holes that I hadn't thought of, made sure to design elements of it that would help me double back and ensure that this thing is rock solid. And we ended up with a screenplay development system. Now, it takes about a year to learn this process, and new writers will think, a year? I don't want to invest a year in this. But the reality is we've taken everything from a 3-year university program, meticulously woven it into the process itself so that you not only learn the ideas, you learn them as you are doing the process. At the end of it, you will either have a marketable screenplay or you will know exactly how to turn what you've got or your next project into one. The proof is in the writing. The proof is in the screenplay. Either it works or it doesn't. Either it's viable or it's not. Either it's marketable or it's not. Either it's something we can do something with or it's not. And either the writer has the skills that can take a piece of writing that is not working and turn it into a piece of writing that is working, or they don't. And if they don't, I can't work with them no matter how much I might like you, no matter how much I might like your idea, no matter how much I might like your enthusiasm for what I'm trying to build. Ultimately, I built a path to success for all of us, and I am proud of it. And I want to talk about it without being afraid that I'm going to scare you off and make you not watch the rest of the video. So what I'm going to do is every Friday, we're going to talk about the system. If you're watching this and you're a writer going through the system, or maybe you've already been through the system and you have a question or a comment or some aspect of it you'd like to discuss, I want to talk about all that kind of stuff. And I want to do it in a place where it's not going to offend or dissuade new visitors to this channel or other viewers of Fast Screenwriting Daily to stop watching the other videos. There is more opportunity here than any of us could possibly take advantage of, and I'm going to prove it to you. Now, I've decided to hide this announcement toward the end of a video that I know that most people watching this channel are never going to see because they will have clicked off earlier in this video. But I have decided that I am going to make a couple of films myself in the coming year. 3 micro-budget features to really prove the concept. My contention is that if you focus on the indie world and make a name for yourself with some high quality, low budget, independent fare, that this can become a calling card for you. This can become the thing that opens up the doors for you, which we're going to talk about as the series goes along. But what I really want to do is put my money where my mouth is. I want to show you the path rather than just talk about the path on a show like this. In the time that it takes me to make 3 low-budget indie features, which could span the next year, could span the next year and a half, 2 years, maybe even up to 3 years, you will have more than enough time to go through the system, develop the skills, be ready for the writer's room, and be involved in making the films that follow those projects. So if you have any interest in the system that I've built, now is the time to do this stuff. It takes time to develop these skills. The system is designed to work with your busy schedule. The system is designed to cover everything you need. The system is designed to have answers for all those impossible questions that you're going to encounter along the way. If you're not already a part of it, and even if you have no intention of becoming a part of it, I do hope you'll stick around for the Fast Friday episodes, because I'm always going to try to take some idea or insight or skill, something that I can help the people who are going through the system, and make it something universal. Make it something that anyone, whether you join me or not, can benefit from watching these videos. But I really do hope they'll join me in the system. It's different to what you imagine. It's bigger. It's more profound. It's much better than you expect. I really believe that the key to success is to make a compelling promise and then to exceed the audience's expectations. Not just to satisfy, not just to live up to what I've promised, but to vastly exceed what I've promised. I believe that Fast Screenplay does exactly that. Now, if you have any questions about the system itself, things that we can cover in future episodes, if you've tried the 10-day free start and you didn't like it, or there was some aspect of it you didn't understand or were confused by or were unsure about, pop them in the comments below and we'll get to it in the comments section or in a future video. And in the meantime, we're going to take the weekend off and we're going to come back on Monday with the reintroduction of Mindset Mondays. I've got a good one for you on Monday. And if it's after Monday, that video is going to be right here. YouTube thinks that you would like this video here, and then I really have no idea what might be on this side of the screen. Never know. I just never know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Monday.